guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in this pick a card reading, we're going to find out all about your future spouse. We're going to take a look at their physical characteristics, their positive and negative traits, as well as how your marriage with them is going to be like. I also wanted to let you guys know that during this month, the month of July 2020, I will be giving free personal readings to whoever follows me on Instagram. So without further ado, we've got group number 1 with this rock. And we have group number 2. So take your time to pick your group and we'll get started. So if you chose group number 1, this is going to be your reading. So over here we have the physical characteristics with the lineage. Here we have the positive and negative traits, and this side will be how your marriage to them will be like. So, for physical characteristics, we have the key, moon, and birds. The key can talk about someone who is skinny but not frail, someone who is not too tall but not too short, so about average height. This is someone who is quite strong, and this could be someone who has a spiritual practice or a very spiritual personality. The moon can talk about someone who is pale. So regardless of their ethnicity or race, this person could be light in complexion compared to other people of their race. With this, we also have someone who has a round face, someone who could be very moody and emotional. They can sometimes be very dramatic. They're also a dreamer. They're very attractive, and the moon can sometimes talk about someone with psychic abilities. We also have the birds. This is someone who has quite a distinctive nose, so their nose is something that you might notice. Doesn't mean that their nose is unattractive or anything, it's just very distinctive. It also talks about someone who has really good reflexes, sharp but small eyes. They're quite chatty. They can be considered a smooth talker. We also have the clouds, the man, and the letter. So some of you are not going to be happy about this, but the clouds can sometimes talk about an ex. Although, if this person is not an ex, it could be someone with two-colored hair, two-toned hair, maybe salt and pepper, just someone with two-colored hair. Next we have the letter. Like I said, this person is thin. They're very eloquent. They have a way with their words, with the letter and the birds card here. They could be a writer, an author, or be an avid reader. Then we have the man. So this person is quite masculine, regardless of their gender. They have a very masculine quality about them. Very go-getter. So, their positive and negative traits. One of their positive traits with the magician is that they could be very into manifestation. They know how to manifest the things that they want into their lives. They're very in control of themselves. With the Queen of Cups here, they have a self-mastery of their emotions. So although we picked up here that they can be quite dramatic sometimes, I think it's because they have a healthy balance of their emotions. So they know that you can't always keep certain things in. So to them, it's very readily and apparent. But to other people, it could come across as them being overly emotional and overly dramatic. With the Temperance here, this person is very patient, and they like balance and a very peaceful and calm environment. You might also feel very peaceful when you're with them. So I apologize if you can hear my dog barking. With their negative traits, we have the Emperor. So this can be someone who wants to take control. So someone who can be very nitpicky. They always want to call the shots. With the Emperor, this can also be someone who comes off as quite cold. So even though they are quite emotional, I believe that they don't let everyone see their emotions. So this is quite contradictory. So let me explain this further. So we picked up that they can be quite emotional, but I feel that the reason that they are quite emotional sometimes is because they can repress their emotions, and then it comes up in bursts of maybe anger or crying. So for some of you, your future spouse is very good with their emotions, whilst for others of you, your future spouse has mood swings, to put it politely. We have the Six of Wands and the Ten of Swords. With the Six of Wands and the Ten of Swords being their negative traits, I believe that this person is quite successful. However, I don't believe that they are very satisfied with the amount of success that they have in their lives. I always feel like they're striving for more. Every time they set a goal and they achieve that goal, they set an even higher one. It always seems like they're never satisfied, especially with the Emperor here. The Emperor is like a master of war. They're always planning their next attack. This can cause them to be very drained and very they can sort of look at the negative aspects of life sometimes. They can be very down in the dumps. They might also suffer from depression, although that is not for all of you. So emotions are very important here with your future spouse. Others of you, your future spouse is very good at handling their emotions, and they're very upfront with their emotions, while others of you, they have a lot of emotions that they keep hidden, and once it becomes too much, they either lash out, not at you or anything, I'm not seeing anything here indicating like abuse or something, but they might lash out or start crying out of the blue. With these cards here, your future spouse might also have a lot of stress. So I feel whatever they do for their job, it requires a lot of effort from them. And because they like peace in their lives, I think that their vocation, whatever it is the complete opposite, which drains them. So with that being said, we're going to look at how your marriage, what your marriage is going to be like. I think I'm going to move these cards out of the way so the other cards can come into view. So we have the King of Pentacles, the Devil, the Six of Pentacles, so with those three cards, I feel like your future spouse is going to be very financially well off, and that your marriage will be, how do I say this? They will be very open to sharing their wealth and money with you. So when I say that they're financially well off, I don't know what that means for you. So it's just that you guys can live comfortably. So I'm not saying everyone's going to marry a millionaire or anything. But it's enough that maybe one of you could be the breadwinner and one of you could be stay at home. I also see that you two will be very sexually attracted to each other with the Devil here. But I don't feel like this marriage is very... I feel like this is going to be a very dramatic marriage. I feel like there's going to be conflicts. But with the scale here, I feel like... Oh, I don't think... Yeah, the scale here, I feel that there's going to be ups and downs like any regular marriage. So it's not going to be all happy all the time. We also have the Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. So with the Five of Wands, like I was saying, you guys could argue quite a bit. I don't think it's anything toxic or very bad. I just feel that your future spouse is very focused on wealth, because we have a lot of pentacles here, that maybe sometimes they might neglect you, and you guys might argue about that. Also, we have the Ten of Pentacles. I believe that you guys are going to have a very stable house, a very stable family. So I believe your future spouse is thinking about wealth in terms of leaving some kind of legacy. I think that they want children, so they want to leave their children with wealth and to leave some sort of legacy. We also have the Three of Pentacles. This card can mean a lot of things, but in this case I think that your future spouse has multiple streams of income, so they might not have just one job. I think that this can be very stressful for them, and sometimes their focus is not very much on the marriage. The last card we have is the Justice card. We have the Scales here again. So I think one of the major themes of your relationship is going to be balance. We also have the Temperance. We have the Temperance for their positive traits, I believe it was. So I think that they like a lot of balance in their lives. So that is all I'm getting for you, group number 1. If you like the reading, let me know. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you think this reading resonates with you. Until next time, bye. Okay, group number 2, if you picked this rock, this is your reading. So over here we have the physical characteristics of your future spouse. Here we have their positive traits as well as their negative traits. And then over here we have what it's going to be like being married to your future spouse, so how your marriage is going to be. So, first off we have the Heart and the Moon. So, sometimes the Moon can talk about someone who is pale or of a light complexion, regardless of their race. But in this case, I feel like your future spouse has some kind of fame or public recognition. So this doesn't have to be a super famous person. This could just be someone who's very well known in their community or has a lot of friends. But I'm seeing it's like something more than that. It's like either they're very well known in their community or they're very highly respected in their workplace. But for very few of you, this person could have some type of public recognition. With the Heart here, your future spouse could be a person who is very happy, very loving, very passionate. If they are a woman, this person is curvy. With this card, the person could have any hair color except for black. With 13, the Child. This person could have a child, but again, they could just be a person that looks young for their age. Again, if they're a woman or a man, they could be quite short, quite petite, dainty. They could have a baby face. With the Stars, they could have freckles or moles. They have very attractive eyes. Their skin might not be very smooth, but they're very inspiring and optimistic. I think that trait, that personality trait, being very inspiring and optimistic, has led them to have some kind of reputation of sorts. They're very respected, either in their workplace, in their community, or in public. And we have the clover and the book. The clover can talk about someone with green or hazel eyes, someone who is very light-hearted and could be a joker, could like to crack jokes. With the book here, this person could wear glasses or contact lenses. They could be quite secretive. They're very intellectual. They're very smart. Lastly, we have the key. So this person is very thin, but not frail. So they're quite thin, but they're quite strong as well. So not too tall, not too short. So for others of you with the child, they could be quite short, whilst others of you, the person could be of average height. They could also be very spiritual or very religious. I'm picking up that for some of you, this person could be a very well-known lecturer. Like they could teach something that leads them to some kind of public recognition. This could be anything, but it's something very intellectual, so not something that's very hands-on. Okay. So with their positive traits over here, you guys got one extra card. So to me, I think your future spouse has more positive traits than negative. With the 9 of Cups, I feel like your future spouse is going to be like a dream come true. So sort of like everything you've ever wished for. With the 7 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords, I feel like this person is very financially savvy. They're very good with their finances in that they know how to budget. They're also a very laid-back person. They like their rest. I don't think this is a person who likes to be rushed in any way. They like to take their time. They like to work hard, and also I think it's a balance of working hard and being able to enjoy life as well. So it's not someone who lives to work, it's rather someone who works to put food on their table, and they would really like to enjoy their life. With the 2 of Wands, I feel like this person has achieved a lot of things in their life. They like to travel. With this card also, I feel like your future spouse, with the public recognition card, the Moon card, I feel like they have a lot of people that know them, but if you can see here, they're behind some kind of wall. So I do believe that you, in fact, are going to be one of the only people that knows them and I do believe that they want someone who they can travel with. I think their work requires a lot of travel. I also feel they're very cultured in that they have experienced a lot of different cultures. So, they're negative traits. We have the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Death card. So I don't know if any of you guys are going to like this, but I feel like your future spouse, when they first meet you, they're going to want to impress you. So they're going to be very romantic. If you see the Knight of Cups here, he's holding up a cup, and the Death card, they're both riding on white horses dressed in similar armor, but the Death card is like a skeleton with a black flag. So I feel like this is who they really are, and this is how they present themselves. It's not anything bad, it's just that they want to impress you, so they pull out all of the stops. They court you, so to speak, because to them they feel like you are like everything they've ever wanted. Because to me this is also another wish fulfillment card, although some people don't consider it to be. So they see you as everything they want. So they try their hardest to impress you, but once they sort of attain you, once you guys get married, or once you guys progress in the relationship, you figure out that they are quite different to how they put themselves out in the first place. And I don't think it's anything bad, because we don't have any bad cards. I'm just gonna pull another card. That was a lot of cards. So we have this actually came up in the other reading too. We have the Six of Pentacles. So in general, I believe that your future spouse is very different in how they present themselves compared to how they are behind closed doors. So you get to see a part of them that not everyone sees. Because in the Death card, the skeleton is riding the horse. So basically, the part of them that nobody gets to see, which is their skeleton, is the part of them you get to see. So whilst they might come across as very romantic at first, later on you find out that they're quite different. I think it's that there's more to them than just what everyone sees. There's more to them that meets the eye. So I'm gonna move these cards and we'll get into what your marriage is going to be like. We have the Knight of Wands, the Six of Cups, another Six, and the Six of Swords. I do believe that you guys are going to have children. Not everyone wants children, but I mean, if you're doing the act that gets you children, you might get children. So if it's not children, it could be pets. But I do believe that I'm really strongly leaning towards children here. You guys are going to have children quite quickly into the marriage. And this is going to change the dynamic of your relationship. So with the Six of Swords here, they're moving away from the more rapid waters to more calmer waters. So I believe that either the introduction of children or pets, whichever one resonates with you, is going to change the dynamic of your relationship. Usually when people have children, sometimes their lives can be quite chaotic. I think for your case, the opposite is true. So maybe you guys are very used to traveling the world, but once you have children, you decide to settle down. We have the Four of Wands, the Empress, and the Ten of Cups. So I really do believe, again, like I said, you guys are going to have children, and I think you guys could have 3 children. But with the Four of Wands here, I believe that you guys are going to introduce children or pets rather quickly into your marriage, and this is going to change the dynamic of your marriage. You guys are going to go from maybe traveling the world, being in one place 1 week and another in the next week, to having a more stable home, because the number 4 is all about stability. With the Ten of Cups and the Empress here, I feel like you guys are going to have a very happy home life. I don't see a lot of arguments. I mean, like, every couple argues. I don't see you guys fighting. Let's put it that way. You guys don't fight. You might argue or bicker, but I am not seeing any fighting cards. But with the Six of Cups, the Empress, and the Ten of Cups, I do believe you guys are going to have children. With all those cards, you guys might actually have a very big family. Anywhere from 3, maybe even 6 children. That might sound like a lot for some of you, but I actually come from a really big family, so yeah, because we have a lot of 6. We have the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, we also had the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, so we had a lot of 6 in this reading, so I'm feeling like 3 to 6 children. But you guys are going to have a very happy, stable, emotionally fulfilling home. And the last card we have is the Strength card. So in general, I feel like your marriage is going to be very balanced. In terms of the amount of traveling you guys do. So you guys are going to see the world with each other. You're going to explore your relationship with each other, but you're going to also have children, so you get to know each other very well in the beginning of your relationship, and then you also get to know what it's like for each of you to be parents, or in some cases you will be having pets instead of children. So taking care of another person will change your relationship, change the way that you guys see each other. And I think the introduction of children or pets will greatly enhance your relationship. I think it brings you guys closer together, because I think you guys are very team work orientated. You guys see that you guys are on the same team and you work together and build a very solid foundation for your relationship. So group number 2, that is all I have for you. Until next time, bye.